Why? Because we are going to talk about two things related to Spider-Man. First of all, I talked about this previously, that Amazon is developing a Spider-Man noir television series, and I did a whole rant on it because they were saying that it would not include Peter Parker. Peter Parker is Spider-Man noir. This drives me bonkers. But I think maybe the fan backlash kind of helped in this scenario, because I just recently read that apparently the rumor is, at least for the first season, Nicolas Cage is being asked to reprise the role. So Nicolas Cage voiced Spider-Man Noir very well, I might add, in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which is a good movie. Despite my reservations about Miles Morales and the whole Spider-Verse thing, Nicolas Cage did a fantastic job in that film, and it was well animated. So this is according to fandompulse.com. Spider-Man Noir, an alternate version of Peter Parker from the Marvel Noir universe, first appeared in Spider-Man Noir #1. They give a little bit of the backstory of the character, and said how he's been in video games, and then also in the Into the Spider-Verse series. Says recently there have been reports of a live-action Spider-Man Noir series in development for Amazon Prime Video, with Academy Award winner Nicolas Cage in talks to reprise his role from Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse. The series is said to be set in 1930s New York City during the Great Depression, with Nicolas Cage potentially leading the cast. The show is expected to explore the Nicolas Cage character's noir-themed adventures and could potentially expand on his backstory and universe. Stephen Lightfoot, known for his work on Marvel's The Punisher, is attached as executive producer and co-runner for the series alongside writer Oren Uziel. While details about the series are still emerging, Cage's potential involvement has sparked speculation among fans about the direction of the show and how it will tie into existing Spider-Man mythology. Lightfoot had said previously, right from when I was a kid, I was always a Spider-Man guy, and if the chance ever came to write anything Spider-Man related, my 12-year-old self would never be happier. Though I have to say, having just seen Into the Spider-Verse, that's a big jar to jump, because I thought that movie was good. I thought it was a different level. Okay, fair enough. I'm glad you liked the movie. Now, I would love to see Nicolas Cage be a live-action Spider-Man noir. So for those of you who are curious, it's exactly what the article describes. Basically, Marvel did the series called Noir, where it's like kind of like what if the Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man was the first one, but takes place in the 1930s. He gets his powers through magic instead of through science, and he kind of becomes basically like more of a Batman version of Spider-Man. Later, they expanded it, and I believe the Punisher. There's a Punisher Noir, and there's a few others. I think I reviewed Punisher Noir actually. But anyway, it is a really interesting series. It's sort of one of their what if without the what if. And I had a good time reading it when it came out. It was really good. I didn't care for the second one as much, but the first main series was good. And I would like to see this. I do wish that they would just give us Peter Parker Spider-Man. I'm tired of Miles Morales. I'm kind of tired of all these multiverses. I am ready just for Peter Parker Spider-Man. No Way Home did a good job with this, and I hope that we get it more. But as for the show itself, even though they didn't earn it, I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to at least wait till I see some test footage of it, or if it's confirmed that Nicolas Cage is in fact reprising the role. I really hope he is, because, like I said, he was fantastic in it, and that it would work out that way. The Sony Spider-Man universe really needs Spider-Man. So the Venomverse, so that's Venom, Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage, Morbius, Madam Web, which those two were flops. Morbius was terrible. I haven't seen Madam Web yet. I kind of like the Venom movies. I know that's a controversial take for some reason, but I would like to see them introduce Peter Parker into that universe. It's time. Let Disney have the Tom Holland Spider-Man. Sony, you have your version of Spider-Man. Bring back Garfield, bring back Toby, a variant of them, whatever it may be. Figure it out. Y'all need to introduce him into this universe. It's time. It's been too long. You've introduced too many villains. You're about to introduce Kraven the Hunter, so you're gonna have Venom, Carnage, Morbius, the Vulture, and whoever the villain is in Madame Web, I guess, and Kraven the Hunter. And come on, it's time. It's time to bring him in. Let's do it. Come on. Let's do it. Let's bring it in. Come on, Sony. Let's do it. If not, give it back to Disney. Now, and that's a good segue into talking about Spider-Man 4, because there have been some new developments. So according to Comic Book Movie, now they're not that great, but I'm willing to hear them out here. They're saying that that Disney and Sony, one of the reasons Spider-Man 4 hasn't moved forward is because there's two reasons. One is Tom Holland is wanting a bigger paycheck, which I don't know what it is with paying these actors these exorbitant amounts of money. It's absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, Pixie Ray, I agree. I'm not gonna lie, the thought of Nicolas Cage swinging around makes me chuckle. Yeah, me too. He did play Ghost Rider, but anyway, back to that. I don't get what it is with paying these actors these exorbitant amounts of money. They're not really worth that much, in my opinion. Come on now, it's ridiculous. It's dumb, but whatever. Now, a new rumor is coming out that it is in development, and that it's going to lead right into Kang Dynasty, which apparently is being retooled. So according to Comic Book Movie, it says, though the film still hasn't been officially announced, we know from several people involved with the franchise, including star Tom Holland and Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige, that a fourth Spider-Man film is in the works. The movie is said to be in the early stages of development, but it sounds like it might be a little further than what we've been led to believe. According to insider David Richman, the script is still being written, but Marvel Sony hope to release Spider-Man 4 before the next Avengers film, still titled The Kang Dynasty for now, but that's expected to change. And the story will lead directly into the events of that movie and Avengers Secret War. Plot details are still a mystery, but a previous rumor claimed that Sony Pictures is eager to replicate some of No Way Home's box office glory by bringing Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield back for the next solo Spidey adventure. We've also heard that Wilson Fisk's Kingpin is set to appear, but Vincent D'Onofrio is not believed to have entered talks. There's a possibility that this has led to a conflict of interest, with Kevin Feige campaigning for the movie to be more grounded while Sony wants it to be huge. Scooper CWGST has heard that things aren't so hot behind the scenes on the project, so take that what you will. Both Garfield and Maguire have previously expressed interest in returning, so even if they don't show up in Spider-Man 4, we'd say there's a very good chance of them swinging by for Secret Wars, if not before. So, Sony, okay, you had your chance. You've blown it. It's time to let Disney do the Spider-Man 4. They did it good with No Way Home. Give it a chance. That, in fact, Spider-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy are the only two things that Marvel has done that is of any interest right now. Give them a chance. You've blown it. You've blown it with Madame Web. You've blown it with Morbius. You may blow it with Kraven the Hunter. Although I will say the trailer for Kraven Hunter was pretty cool, so I'm going to reserve judgment before I say, oh, I hate it or I didn't like it or whatever, because I did think the trailer was cool. But a lot of times the trailers are way cooler than the movies. We have seen that happen. So two big Spider-Man announcements. We'll see where they each go.
'Cause I've been living life right like I could just die.